You know, though I've had a motorhome for a year, okay, I've learned more in the last 2 days in these 8 hours than I learned in the full year of hard knocks. And I could have saved myself probably a couple $1,000s of expenditures in there, and a lot of time and effort and frustration had I had this course back then. Why wouldn't you invest a little bit in the safety, the procedures, the frustration part of it that you're going to go through if you don't go through a course like this? Been there and done it. I think it's an investment.
I said the program was very productive to me, and I would have been that guy. Why do I need this? But I learned so many little things that you can't learn unless you've had years and years and years of experience, which I do have. But it was nuances that I just didn't know.
This training was a lot more relaxing than picking up at the dealership. Running through, I think we were there almost 4 hours the day we picked it up, and even that was just so overwhelming. This was at my pace, our pace. When things were moving, we moved. When we had more questions, we stayed. It was perfect. You can learn a lot by mistakes, but until you're confident with the problem solving and kind of backtracking as to what got you into the predicament possibly, I think that's where this course is going to be, worthwhile years down the road.
I thought it was really very good. I mean, like I said earlier, 10 years I've been driving Class A motorhomes. Of course, I just went up to the diesel, which is much longer, but I learned a lot. I mean, I really did, even after 10 years of driving.
Well, I have Russ as my driver, so I've never driven one of our coaches. And today, under much duress and me claiming that I was never going to drive it, I actually drove it.
I think, you're going to put that into your payment plan kind of thing. I think it's well worth that money. Well worth it. Especially, I would say, especially if you're fairly new. I mean, I learned a lot, and I've got 10 years. A person who was, say, just stepping up to a Class A, it would be a tremendous value for them.
I think you should do it right away. And because you're gonna get bad habits if you drive for a month, if you're out for a month, even if you take it out 2 or 3 times, you're gonna pick up bad habits, and it's harder to correct bad habits than to form the good habits from the very beginning.
Well, plus you offer, what'd you just say, 60 days of free support, so you always end up with questions. Even if you went through this training for 8 hours. The first time you take it out, you're going to go, oh, I forgot to ask him about this, that, or the other thing. Well, with 60 days of support, you can come back and get those questions answered. So from that standpoint, I think it's good.
I didn't want to do this. I really didn't, because I didn't want to get yelled at. I didn't want to do something stupid. And, there was no pressure. He was cheerful. He was nice. I found out I was a lot better at it than I thought I'd be, because I only killed the cone once. And it was enjoyable. It really was.
Yeah.
The information that is given at the time of purchase compared to what we just got over the last 8 hours is unbelievably different, more informative, hands-on, so you can ask questions right when it's not just a walk around and off you go kind of thing. The driving part of it was a confidence builder. Even if you have a little confidence driving, it certainly can either tweak what you have or help you get to do things that you never thought you could do. Like, never thought I'd be able to parallel park a 38-foot RV. I think that anybody who sells RVs, if they don't get this service, is doing a disservice to the new owners, inexperienced owners, or even owners that are upgrading to bigger rigs. I think the tablet that you gave us with the information is going to be so valuable, because when this sits for winter for 4 or 5 months and we forget everything that we just learned, we can refresh ourselves before we even get to go pick it up to go out and Memorial Day weekend. Again, it's the little things, like when the air conditioner didn't work, I never would have thought that, well, let's go check the breakers on the generator, because I never would have known to do that. And it's like when someone comes to help you out at house, oh, it's this little switch right here, and that's $200 because we had to come out. Best thing ever. Should be given before people even sit down and try to drive off the parking lot.